The epithelium layer of skin is one of 4 different types of tissues, the others being connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelium tissue can be found throughout your body, but most commonly in the linings of your organs and blood vessels. There are 3 different basic shapes that make up epithelium cells. They are squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. These 3 basic shapes can be configured into 8 different structures, which can be found throughout the entire human body. Epithelial cells aren't like most cells, because there are no blood vessels in the epithelial layers. Nutrition is received from diffusion by substances from underlying connective tissue through the basal layer. No blood gives nutrition to these cells. The most common place to find epithelial cells is in glands. Every gland in your body is made from epithelial cells. The function of these cells includes secretion, selective absorption, protection, transicular transport, and sensing. Epithelial cells are much more important than we realize. Most vital organs in the human body are made from these little cells. Even something as small as a gland is made from these unique cells to help our bodies stay safe from outside elements.
There are 8 classifications of epithelial tissue, which are denoted by the names of the tissue. The first name of a tissue indicates the number of cell layers. Simple indicates that there is one layer of cells. Stratified indicates that there are more than one layers of cells. The last name of a tissue describes the shape of the cells. Squamous cells are flat, white, and plate-like. Simple squamous epithelium consists of a single layer of squamous cells atop the basal layer. Stratified squamous epithelium is composed of several layers of squamous cells atop the basal layer. Cuboidal cells are as wide as they are tall, like cubes. Simple cuboidal epithelium consists of a single layer of cuboidal cells atop the basal layer. Stratified cuboidal epithelium consists of 2 or more layers of cuboidal cells atop the basal layer. Columnar cells are taller than they are wide, like columns. Simple columnar epithelium consists of a single layer of tall columnar cells atop the basal layer. Stratified columnar epithelium consists of 2 or more layers of columnar cells atop the basal layer. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium consists of 2 or more layers of cells of different shapes atop the basal layer. Transitional epithelium consists of cells that change shape depending on the degree of stretch it is undergoing.
The epithelium layer of skin is made of 8 different types of cells, which can all be found at different parts of the body for certain functions. The general function of these cells are for protection. Locations differ depending on form, from the air sacs and the lungs to the male urethra. The stratified cuboidal epithelium and the stratified columnar epithelium are in similar regions of the body. You can find them both in glands such as the sweat glands, the salivary glands, and the mammary glands, while you can find the stratified columnar in the male urethra as well. The simple columnar epithelium and the stratified squamous epithelium are both found in smooth areas of the body where lubrication is needed. Such areas like the mouth, the uterine tubes, the lines of the esophagus, and the digestive tract are where you would find these cells. Organs are the most important parts of our bodies, and this is where we can find the simple squamous epithelium and the simple cuboidal epithelium. The lining of our heart is made from simple squamous cells, and the kidney tubules are made from simple cuboidal cells. The pseudostratified epithelium and the transitional epithelium are not in related areas of the body. The lines of the bladder, urethra, and the ureters are all made of the transitional epithelium. The upper respiratory tract along with the trachea lining are both made from pseudostratified epithelium.
Epithelial tissue is the type of tissue that lines the surfaces and cavities of your body's organs. Epithelial tissue has 5 general types of tissue, and it's the squamous tissue, cuboidal tissue, columnar tissue, stratified tissue, and simple tissue. Each of these 5 types of epithelial tissue has their own smaller functions or more detailed functions, but the 6 general functions of epithelial tissue are protection, absorption, secretion, excretion, surface transport, and sensory functions. So protection, it's talking about how epithelial tissue covers the body and lines the body cavities, and it provides a protective shield for underlying tissues. An example of this is the epidermis. Absorption is talking about how in some parts of the body it takes in certain materials like the digestive tract. And then also secretion. In some parts of the body, the epithelial tissue is specialized to secrete certain products like the small intestine. So some cells are specialized to secrete mucus. And then excretion. So in the kidney, cells rid the body of materials. Surface transport. Cilia on the cells in the lungs move mucus and particles up and out. And then lastly, the last function is sensory functions, and an example of this is the taste buds in your mouth. And those are the 6 main general functions of epithelial tissue.